This is a typical morning in the sprawling street markets of Lagos, Nigeria. Tens of thousands of merchants operate in this hyperactive economy, moving goods at a blistering pace. Among them is Kwame. He runs a micro-business sorting, cutting, and pricing richly patterned textiles, managing his entire inventory through a smartphone. Over 3,000 miles away, a buyer in Berlin is looking for the exact fabric Kwame sells. Through the internet, they connect instantly. Using Instagram to display products and WhatsApp for negotiations, they agree on a price in minutes, as if they were standing on the same street corner. The transaction halts at the point of payment. Because the merchant is in Nigeria, the European service provider blocks the transfer, citing geographic restrictions. Digital access allows Kwame to reach the global market, but without a corresponding financial link, he cannot actually trade within it. To see why the negotiation worked while the payment failed, we can track two items between Berlin and Lagos, a text message and a €50 transfer. The text message is converted into light. It races through subsea fiber optic cables in roughly 60 milliseconds, crossing borders without delay. The capital for the €50 payment relies on a much older architecture. It originates within a rigid institutional framework of local banking laws. International money moves through a chain of correspondent banks. Funds bounce to certain regions to avoid the burden of verifying micro-merchants. The global financial architecture was built to secure established institutions. For a merchant trying to trade across borders, that same architecture creates an impassable barrier. Kwame's experience represents a broader statistical wall across the developing world. This chart compares smartphone ownership with international banking access. While hundreds of millions of people own the hardware to connect, only a small fraction possess the accounts required to receive funds from overseas. Traditional banks face a mathematical hurdle. The cost of building infrastructure for millions of low-value transfers in these regions often exceeds the potential profit from the fees. This exclusion leaves a massive population of entrepreneurs stranded. They possess the supply and the technology, yet they remain stuck under a financial ceiling. When you multiply Kwame's individual failure by millions of similar merchants, the scale of the problem becomes a global weight. Trapped capital and lost trade opportunities represent trillions of dollars in potential GDP that simply never enters the global economy. New systems are attempting to bypass these legacy rails. Engineers are building decentralized financial plumbing designed to move capital as freely as data. This flowchart illustrates the shift. These platforms move digital credits directly from the buyer's wallet to the seller's, arcing over the banking chain to complete the transfer instantly. These solutions still face friction. Many mobile money networks remain unable to talk to one another, creating isolated financial islands rather than a truly open market. While developers work toward a unified standard, the merchants on the ground continue to wait for a system that catches up to their hardware. Kwame is fully equipped for the future, yet he remains anchored to the past by infrastructure that was never designed for him.